ahead, will Team Secret, and take that Ember Spirit. The other advantage to first picking the Night Stalker is that you know that long silence is not going to be there for you to worry about if you pick the Ember Spirit yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Night Stalker actually offers as probably one of the most significant counters to heroes like Ember Spirit and Queen of Pain, as you said, because of the long duration silence. And Ember Spirit now, they actually work really well together because they come online around the same time. Like, you're going to have that secondary nighttime where I think Team Secret are just going to put so much pressure on MVP Phoenix, and they don't actually have the best heroes to respond to that kind of in-your-face aggression with tankiness, right? Because the Night Stalker actually has a lot of tankiness to himself, and the Ember Spirit does as well. In these early fights, that's why he's so viable as kind of this brawling hero by 20 minutes, is because of Flame Guard. Like, magic damage is the primary source of damage in the first 20 minutes, so Flame Guard means a lot for your survivability as an Ember Spirit. So he's going to be able to, like, they're just going to duo up, essentially, I think, in a lot of these fights and make these kind of just run-at-you plays, and MVP Phoenix may not be able to respond very well, especially with a hero like Earthshaker. I'm with you, Nahaz. I'm not really a big fan. Like, Earthshaker is my hero, right? When somebody comes up to me with a poster, I sign Earthshaker. But in this patch, I do believe that he needs to be dialed down when it comes to your drafting. He doesn't really belong in the first 1-2, in my opinion, because he doesn't really finish the offlane anymore as well as he used to. And as a support, he's still kind of susceptible to a lot of the openings that certain heroes like Night Stalker, Spirit Breaker, these kind of heroes are so aggressive and in your face that Earthshaker doesn't really respond very well to them. But I think you're right. The main point is going to be that the Earthshaker is able to stack up for the SF on the Radiant side and still be able to provide pretty quick jump into that middle lane if there is going to be some sort of gank.
You sign Earthshaker?
Wow.
I sign Earthshaker.
Not AM? You know what I signed?
All right, so are we going to see a Meepo, guys? Still on the table. The MVP Phoenix has left it on the table. You do have the Earthshaker, the counter, but I don't think Secret is scared of that hero.
I think SF is pretty good as well against against Meepo, just because the amount of magic damage that you're able to lay down in a very short period of time. And the close proximity of the Meepo, like if you do kill the SF, like you get the blow up, the Requiem of Souls, you probably trade 1-for-1. I think MVP Phoenix are decently well set up against that hero. And now they've got actually a good hero to counter the kind of popping potential that the Meepo provides with the Dazzle. But Lich now picked up by Team Secret means that we're, I'm guessing we're going to be seeing a Lich Night Stalker duel offlane, because the problem is you've got Earthshaker and Dazzle, should be your two supports, very passive heroes. And you can really take advantage of that with a strong dual lane.
Yeah.
You know what we also plays that I haven't seen him pull out yet, and we always talk about how maybe his hero pool could be limited, but Invoker is something that he has pulled out. I don't know if it's something that would suit, but I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing it, you know.
Hani was adamant at ESL that Weehaw played the best Invoker of anyone there that weekend. So, and obviously that, you know, my favorite hero, I would love to see him play that. I don't know that that's the pick to go to right here. I actually think there's no TA counter yet on MVP Phoenix. I think you could look in that direction if you're Team Secret.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to say there's any kind of counter, they're all very soft. Like the fact that Templar Assassin is single target focus, Dazzle is a very soft counter in a way, but I think you're absolutely right. Templar Assassin would be a great pickup here. They have the dual lane, so the Lich could actually potentially stack if the Templar Assassin gets kind of busy, stacking up those Ancients, your Dire side, which is favorable for the TA as well. And then you just get a strong laning hero, like a laning carry at that, a laning phase support at your top lane to make sure that the enemy offlaner from MVP Phoenix, which is going to be the Beastmaster here, doesn't get too much farm. And I think you've just kind of like almost potentially won all three lanes and also had potential recovery if the TA doesn't do that well.
I agree. I don't like how this draft is going so far for MVP Phoenix. Now, we've seen a couple instances in this tournament where the draft has turned dramatically. The fifth pick, Clinks, comes to mind as a pick that really sort of all of a sudden their draft made sense at the very end, but I don't necessarily see her off the top of my head that's going to do that here for MVP Phoenix. I really like the TA still here for Team Secret as a mid laner. The Wind Ranger that we've seen Weehaw dominate on is banned out. I guess you probably can't go Meepo here anymore with the single target lockdown for the Beastmaster put together with the other factors that you were mentioning earlier, Cap.
And MVP Phoenix have been chewing through so much time, and I'm not one to read body language too well, but it seems like they're really going at it to figure out what is going to be best suited for them, and they almost seem a bit puzzled as far as if they're going to keep everything in line. But we go back to Secret now after picking up the Lich.
I guess you get Alchemist.
Yeah, Alchemist is there. I don't want to see him, but yeah, he is an option.
I guess that makes sense still here. That's a hero that we has played just I think the 2 games, 1-1 record, but it's a hero that does make sense. Again, you can give the Ag Scepter to the Night Stalker. You can give, I guess, the Ag Scepter to the Lich, but it also goes pretty well with Team Secret style.
Yeah, if you do go for it, I think you can play that kind of aggressive like Solar Crest, Blink Dagger style, and actually operate as again one of those really aggressive heroes that is able to get in the face of MVP Phoenix. And the one thing that I do like about the suggestion of the Alchemist is the fact that I feel like MVP Phoenix wouldn't really be able to punish it again with their support duo. But the Shadow Shaman is a pretty strong laning phase support.
Oh. This
if
is
you're
a
up against
hero
a single off lane, yeah.
Just interesting they go for a Shadow Shaman over something like a Lion, which we've already been seeing today. If you were going for Mass Disabler and Lockdown, you could have just easily picked a Lion. But the difference is you don't get that burst, but instead you get those wards. You are on Dire's side, so you have an added benefit way to be able to take down the Roche and an added benefit way to be able to just push for objectives. So I don't know if they're looking to build around one or the other. I mean, you got a Lich, you got a Shadow Shaman. That's already 2 big Roche kind of, heroes
this is
there.
a very, very good Slark ban.
Yeah, I was actually just going to say MVP Phoenix are probably looking at this Slark before that ban came out because it would work. I don't actually like it that much.
Oh, hello!
Okay, well, if you look at Team Secret, they've got a lot of magic damage in the beginning of the game.
Man, we forgot about that guy.
They've got, you know what, though? They do have the physical damage as well. The Rasta wards can really hurt Huskar. I don't know. This is a really interesting pick. I think it can work. Yeah. But I also think it could get crushed in lane.
It's going to be the Shadow Shaman that will be the most significant counter that Team Secret have against the Huskar because it's the physical damage of the wards as well as the disables of the Shadow Shaman are both really important to have against Husk.
What about Weehaw playing Lina now? For the burst against Huskar, I know he's played it.
I wouldn't mind it.
Rude. Hold on a second.
Wait a minute, is this a mid roster or a mid Night Stalker?
It's going to be
this is a mid Night Stalker. Wow, new look shown from Team Secret here.
They saw EG with that 4-position Doom. They're like, well, we could do something cool. We're going to pull out the mid lane Night Stalker.
I really like both of these drafts. We're going to get to see a new look from Team Secret and a new hero on the main stage. The Huskar out of MVP Phoenix. On paper, it's a good fit for how they like to play. My question is, can they protect it in lane? If they can get him off to a good start, this Huskar can absolutely destroy the mid game.
What do you guys feel, though, about this Night Stalker versus Shadow Fiend mid lane matchup, though? Do you think with the added buffs of Night Stalker, he'll be able to hold his own against the heavily touted Shadow Fiend?
If you had one really good ganking hero, I would say that they'd easily be able to shut him down, but they don't. They have a Lich, a laning focused hero. They have a Shadow Shaman, not very good rotational hero, more laning focused. So I actually think that this is going to be really tough. It might be one of those games. It might be one of those games where you just get Huskard and you go, well, we lost to the 5th pick.
We'll have to see if that's going to be the case there, Cap. So to bring you the action here for what may be one of the last matches, if not the last match for our Day 2 action here at MLG World Final. We're going to send it over to our casters right now. It's going to be Toby 1 again with 1-4-3-7. Gentlemen, please take it away.
Awesome. That we will do MVP versus Secret. Secret 1 game up. They're going up against the dreaded Huskar, but as the panel was saying, there is a lot of magical damage. I'm Toby 1 here with Theban. We were bantering a little bit about the draft before we're actually kicking off, and you didn't get your Ancient Apparition with the Lich solo mid. I'm sorry, Theban.
Yeah, but instead we get a surprise Huskar into a surprise Broodmother into a surprise Night Stalker mid lane.
It's a very surprising draft. So how is this meant to work? How is this meant to work? You run Broodmother off lane, you do Lich Night Stalker mid, and then it's just Poppy pulling, farming up levels, and then letting Envy farm on the top lane? Is that the plan?
Yeah, the Ember Shadow Shaman lane is quite strong because they have a lot of damage output with the Flame Guard. I think mid lane is going to be quite tough for the SF because Lich and Night Stalker, they have a lot of damage output with their 2 nukes. And with the bottle nerfs in 6.85, I'm not sure how much the Shadow Fiend can stand on mid lane without having to constantly buy himself flask. And denying creeps on mid lane and just denying the experience is going to be really hard for the SF. And on top of that, the Shaker is just going to sit around mid lane, hopefully try to help him as much as he can.
It doesn't help too, the QO. The block failed from the Earthshaker and they instantly get aggressive over on QO. Weeha moves forward. The Fissure will come out to try and get a bit of revenge, but he went Necromastery level 1, so there's no raises to punish Pylai Die here.
Yeah, that was a slight mistake, I think, from QO. Like,
top lane, Puppey. He is really a bit of a block master, able to control up much, but not enough to find the kill. He body blocked him long enough that Ember Spirit can get in range to get the Flame Guard damage in.
Yeah, I think Q is so used to just being babysat mid by a support and just getting last hits with the Necromancer that just, automatically just skilled it up. But if he had raises there, they definitely would have killed that Lich top lane.
They're going to go again. The Shackles. Puppey's not in range for it. But he's actually having a pretty decent time just getting rid of the boar, and in fact, he'll be denied up by March. This was one of the things that I was thinking about too, like the fact you just always got that ether shock when you have either boar or hawk, and the range is pretty damn good, so you should be able to keep that vision down at the Beastmaster.
I really like the way that Secret are playing their safe lane, especially Envy. He's just ignoring his own early game creeps just to keep the Beastmaster level 1. They already burned through a flask and 2 tangles, and it's only a minute into the game, so if he loses any more regen, it's going to be really hard for him to stay there.
Is it though a concern, the fact that Puppey is not finding any levels here?
I think that's completely fine. All they want to do is make the Beastmaster as low as level as possible early, and then they're just going to be able to keep him stuck around level 3, level 4. And you won't be able to find any farm after that. Once the Ember's level 3, then it's really, really hard for this Beastmaster to stay in the lane.
Yeah. This dual lane still going ham in the mid. So a level 3 Night Stalker and having almost a level 3 Lich. As he can keep sacrificing at the lane. You've still got the levels in there for SF, but that is Necromastery 1.
Oh, bottom lane.
Are they actually having a crack? It's Misery. He's in real trouble, but
they don't have any dust or anything.
Is 4 Burning Spears enough? I think it is. He's going to burn out. He actually burns out in the tree line. Yeah. Okay, well, there's your damage. And there's the death. The first blood going the way for MVP. Second game in a row now.
I'm not exactly sure how much it really does to the Broodmother, because he's going to get a lot of XP under his tower right now. Whether he died or not, I don't think it's too big of a deal for him.
He's dead with the Ether Shock level up there for Puppey. Searing Chains and a level 2 Flame Guard from Eternal Envy. It's an easy burn. So both offlaners will end up dying. Yeah,
this level 3 Ember Spirit is no joke. And the Beastmaster has no magical damage to remove the Flame Guard.
And Kyora's got a lot of stacks prepared for him. Like a lot. He's got a quad and a triple stack prepared inside the Radiant jungle.
That's pretty much the only way this SF gets back into the game here anyway. Like, this lane is, I would say, probably impossible for him to lane against. They're just keeping it perfectly on their hill, getting a lot of XP. The 2 dual lanes on mid are like both level 4 at 3 minutes. That's like really, really good.
Does this even open it up for almost any other hero? You just combine it with the Lich in the mid.
Yeah, I would think so. But it does a lot more with nuke heroes because you can like bolt pressure them.
Yep.
So, like if you have just a random carry, like let's say anti-major or whatever, you're just farming the lane. You're not applying as much pressure as a Night Stalker was constantly voiding, and then you're getting frost blasted as well.
Puppey and Pylai working to make sure that they can hold on to this top rune for Weeha. It's going to be a bounty rune for him. That's just going to push up the levels a little bit more. We are during our first nighttime phase. So is this almost the point you want to have Night Stalker rotate out, leave Pylai Die in that mid lane?
I think it's really confusing what to do right now because Secret are doing well on all their lanes, and I don't really see an opportunity for NS to go somewhere else. Like maybe he can go bottom, but there's no point because the Ember, the Shadow Shaman, the Lich, they're not high enough level to also help him. And just having Brood and him
Misery.
alone won't be enough.
Misery can get this kill by himself. All those firelings is easily going to take out Febby. Up
Actually,
that pitch was
Dazzle
strong,
too.
and Heen, yep, he goes for the burst heal, but the spiders don't die fast enough. They're still
There's
going
a
to chase down
sentry
Heen,
there.
and because the
Misery wants
web's
to go
here,
there.
they've got that speed, and Heen, 26 life on him. Misery is still fighting underneath that sentry ward.
Top. The Beastmaster falls to the Ember again.
It's a level 2 ether shock. It's
Yeah. This lane ward, like I said, this Beastmaster isn't going to get past level 3 or level 4 on this top lane. And just going to keep on farming him the entire time. And this is what happens when you play the lane that well early.
Kuro
You
is
just
dead as well.
sacrifice your farm.
Kuro just comes a little bit further. The fissure from Febby doing some work. Now they're not going to chase him for the void. Not after they force that TP rotation in from March.
This is looking a lot like the first game. The Secret are just applying so much pressure on all the lanes.
Yep.
And it's getting really hard for MVP to get their game going again. But at least this time they do have Shadow Fiend, and Shadow Fiend can potentially get back in the game really fast with the stacks that they made for him.
They just need him to control these flash farms, and I hate to say it, but they're on a ticking clock for that as well, because then you got your Broodmother. Like, Misery's going to start to encroach into the Radiant jungle shortly and start to take over most of it.
Yeah, you don't really want Misery to steal that XP either from the other big triple camp that they have there. They really want their supports to get that with the Shadow Fiend.
But what are you going to do? Commit sentry wards? Because you just put the Broodmother in the tree line.
I mean,
if he wants to soak it, he'll
it's
soak it.
inevitable to commit sentry wards, I guess. Oh, mid lane, March. Oh, it's going to be vision.
And he at least locks in Weeha, but it's nighttime.
It's like this two heroes, Lich and Night Stalker alone, are just forcing out all of MVP's TPs and their heroes to commit to mid. And this is like the best thing that can possibly happen for Secret, because now they got a free farming Ember and a free farming Broodmother.
Yep. The Broodmother doesn't have perfect CS, like I said, only at 25 for 2.
But early level Broodmother is really hard, but like 26 CS right now is like really good for him.
Yeah. And the Ember just has a great time. He's 44 for 13. The net worth still has him only barely above that of the Night Stalker, however. But on bottom lane, okay, the Spirelings are actually going to get the kill over on the Huskar. That is actually a revenge that I think a lot of people will be very happy to see.
Yeah.
Heen, however, not so happy. The Spiders come forward. Oh, man. It's just too easy for a Broodmother at this point. The supports can't do anything. He doesn't have Shallow Grave when the 2 points up in the heal. You just can't keep him alive. Even if you do Shallow Grave, you can't run away from the Spiders.
Their heroes are not meant to fight against the Brood. The only hero who can actually stay down there is probably the Shadow Fiend.
But if you move, what, the Huskar into mid?
I mean, that's the issue, right? Like, you 5th pick Huskar, but Secret had the overall last pick with the Broodmother. And this is like the counter right now.
Yep. And this is very problematic for MVP. They're going to find a stopper for this as soon as possible. And Kuro has rotated down. With the sentry ward down, he'll just raise up those Spinelings. Nice little way to get a whole crap ton of souls. And Weeha, as well as Pilot Eye, they're not that great at pushing into the tier 1 tower. So Weeha goes on the hunt instead. He's got Darkness available, but Febby bought himself a little bit of space. Not anymore. Just wants to TP out. The sun's already been used by Weeha, so he'll have to let him go.
Yeah, this Shaker's going to have a really hard time finding levels in this game because all the lanes are getting pressured, and the Shadow Fiend already did the stacks and he didn't really get any XP from it. He invested all his time to defending the Shadow Fiend and stacking, but he's also going to be stuck at level 3 for some time.
They're coming top. Darkness gets triggered, so Weeha and Poppy can keep on fighting. And they're looking for March. He's not level 6 just yet, but if they find this pick off, which they will, he's over in the tree line. He'll do some decent damage with the axes. But if this happens a little bit later into the game, they can just keep pushing, because you'll have Mass Serpent wards up shortly.
Oh, Kyo goes for the kill with the Invis rune.
She caught him out. With
was
no
really
Requiem,
nice.
just raises.
Yeah, I think Secret just don't have the vision right now on the map. Like, they have one ward up, but I feel they should have a lot better vision at the moment.
Well, Kuro finds the Ember Spirit, trying to raise him out, but actually there's no Searing Chains and there's no Flame Guard as well. So Ember be forced to
the
use his
shackle.
Spirit, but they're going to get the fissure over, so Puppy in a little bit of trouble. With the razors to connect, Febby can't get the stun off. I don't know if that's it won't be enough damage to kill off the Shadow Shaman. In fact, he just turns around and shocks him.
Here comes the Lich and the Ember again to top.
The shackles from Puppy's going to do the work. He has to back up, however. SF will get the razors off, but if they can kill off QO, they're still worth it. The Lich Ult is going to bounce up and over to QO. He splits himself off from the creep wave. But Envy's too low. He does not want to fight this.
Yeah, Puppy actually saved Envy, I think. He got a shackle off on the Shaker before he got the fissure. So he might have actually died to the SF. Not sure though.
Well, Puppey has been their sacrificial support for a long time. He wouldn't have to sacrifice himself much longer. I kind of want to see him getting a little bit more space. So you've already got the Lich up to level 7. Get those Mass Serpent Wards and just go to town.
Smoke up from Shaker and Shadow Fiend. Looks like they're drawing the
They're
line.
looping to mid.
Yeah, they probably want to kill the hero who's going to come mid to take XP.
And that would be Puppey.
Oh, and the haste rune. There's no ward on Secret's top
bottom
side.
lane, Misery going to be left dom at the moment. And okay, that's not enough burning. That's only 1 point up in the wards. But the Dazzle still dies to the mass amount of Broodlings that were down there. But they are going to get the perfect moment. It's over on Weeha. Requiem of Souls not required. Raise 1, raise 2. Just beat into him, and there goes Weeha. Much. Just sticking around to help out. He did have that roar available.
Yeah, that was a very nice kill because that was a lot of much needed XP for the Beastmaster and Shaker. BM is 6 now, and they're just gonna 3-man this tower.
Yep. What's Puppey going to do?
Roar.
Apart from die, the roar, raise 1 and raise 2. Both are able to connect, and with the haste rune, QO can keep pushing for this one and find probably a 3rd kill. Goes for Pilot Eye, trying to use that tree line perfectly, able to do so. Gets another Frost Blast off, but QO up to the hillside, and we'll start to bottle this way up. That tier 1 tower is still not dead, and Secret, they're TPing
nice
in for this
Dockers.
Febby. He's got Echo Slam as well as Fissure, and yeah, a very smart cancel there from Weeha. It would have been suicide.
Yeah, it looks like Secret are just reacting the wrong way right now to MVP's aggression. They can just lose one hero, but...
Oh, Puppey goes for the Fissure. The Requiem of Souls, a little bit off target. There's no mana for the Echo Slam.
Yeah.
And Febby's locked inside the tree line. Now he does actually have it. Tries to pump into Puppey, but it will not be enough. Not with Weeha around here. And we'll just get a free trade off. You do burn the Mass Serpent Wards, however.
Yeah, they probably could have just stunned the Shadow Shaman and backed off as soon as they saw the wards down, but they got a bit too greedy there for another kill. But their MVP did seem to be like on a roll before that, so it's understandable that they just want to keep on getting kills.
You know the terrible thing about what's just happened here? Secret 3-man smoke. They're going to run towards the top and kill off March. But they smoked, if it was daytime, they smoked underneath an observer ward. But because darkness was triggered, there was no vision for MVP to see that smoke happen.
That is unfortunate.
And Team Secret get an easy kill on the Beastmaster. Meanwhile, down south, this Broodmother continues to farm. You even give him extra frost armor. It's not as though he had enough. This is a level 1. But having a medallion means he can go for Roshan pretty soon too.
Yeah, and the Solar Crest is quite nice against the Huskar. The mischance on him and the minus armor really hurts a lot. Yeah. Seems like this Huskar isn't really like effective at all. This last pick Brood doing a lot of work. Because by now it's like when you really want Huskar to shine or maybe go Rosh or finish taking all the tier 1s, but MVP will have to do it without the Huskar. Beastmaster seems like he wants to get a gank going on this Broodmother, but it's going to be hard for him to get in there. The Spiderlings give a lot of vision. Oh,
there's your jump. Goes after Misery, slows him down, but the Lich Ulti's flying in. The Roar will be there, and they have to split themselves up a little bit more because Huskar's taking too much damage from this. It's just too easy to bounce it around. The Lich Ulti will do its work. The Beastmaster, okay, is up on top lane. The Fissure flies out. You did lose your Broodmother in this, but Puppey gets those Mass Serpent Wards down, and QO locked in position. They've got no other controls, but with the shackles, there she is. Puppey holding the SF in position. The Mass Serpent Wards need to focus him down before Puppey is still alive until he moves forward. He'll find the last hit. He'll lose his life for it. Maybe that Fissure from Febby can give him a little bit more freedom. It's a 3-for-2 trade-off, and okay, there's no freedom. Weeha walks in. Freedom was denied. Well, Shaker is the sole survivor of MVP after that.
Huskar will go back to bottom lane to defend the tier 2.
And this tower's almost dead. If you lose this tier 2 tower so early on, like you basically have to give up. I also say like your tier 1 tower as well in mid. But the Radiant jungle no longer belongs to you.
Yeah, right now Secret can do the wraparound move with the Broodmother onto the mid lane, and that would do quite some nice damage onto that tower.
They're actually just going to run top. They just go for Febby. The Flame Guard's going to burn out. There is a TP coming in the tree lines. It's going to be QO. And Febby's just going to Spirit jump himself away. There's a lot more support coming here. But Q has been so aggressive that it kind of flags the fact that there's help. And the observer, that's actually an obs ward in the lane to
There's
see
a
it.
split push on mid lane too. I think Secret understand that all MVP want to do is go for the tier 1s with 5 heroes, and they're just going to go for the trade right now. This is the best move Secret can make here, for sure.
Envy going for the sleight of Fistarian chain on Heen. Can't hit it perfectly. All right, there goes your tier 1 tower.
Your tier
Huskar
3
will take
bottoms,
one
it's gonna
and...
take a lot of damage too. Or you should go echo that. So many spiders.
It'll be good money. Having the Echo on cooldown, however, maybe not the greatest thing in the world.
I mean, it's so hard to get echo off in this game with Night Stalker and them just pressuring the Earthshaker anyway. If he walks up, he's gonna get hexed or silenced or something, so might as well use it.
Just do it for the money, get the Blink Dagger, and
get
then...
the little spiderlings, yeah.
Envy's on the run out of here. MVP, though, moving very aggressively into the mid. The ball will slow down Pylite Eye until then. Okay, the side of Fistarian chain catching out both the Huskar as well as the Shadow Fiend. I'm actually wondering, too, how long will the Huskar jump? The interaction with the Ember Spirit. If he actually gets life breaked and the Ember Spirit jumps to a remnant, does it break the life break? Is it a distance thing?
1200 range. After like 1200 range, if you go further than that, then the life break doesn't work.
Okay, so we can't take him back to base.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure, but I believe it's 1200 range.
Does that actually mean that heroes like Queen of Pain could break free of that? Like you blink out?
Yeah. Same with Blink Dagger, too. If you blink far away enough, you won't be able to follow you.
Might be worth getting an early Blink Dagger. I don't know if it'd be worth getting an Ember Spirit.
Because, you know, if that wasn't the case, then you like TP back to base and he's like chasing you all the way to Fountain.
Yeah, I know. That's just what I was thinking.
That's
it's
a
like
nice death for a Huskar.
It's like we just found our old-fashioned like fountain hook. But it's all self-inflicted.
Looks like Secret just gonna take their time right now. I don't feel like Secret are really in any sort of rush. MVP is the one who just wants to go for the tier 1, just keep going for the objectives, get their farm through that.
They're a decent time to do it. The problem is this mana on QR. He's using Razors to burn through the lane and doesn't really have enough to go for both Razors, Requiem, and the mech charge during a team fight.
And look at Secret, they're already like trading, creep skipping bottom, so the only play MVP have here is like maybe they go Rosh and sacrifice the tier 2. Yeah, that's what they're gonna do.
Puppy's TPing out. So he'll push out the bottom lane. The tier 2 town's actually not being taken. It's the tier 1 on the top lane that Weehan will finish. And they're pinging out. They know what MVP is up to.
So it's going to be 30 more seconds for nighttime to come out. Though. This
Look at
Rosh
Misery
is gonna
go.
die before nighttime.
Misery's just running the Spirelings in. He triggers the dust very early on, so that won't be there later on. And you're right, Roshan will end up dying.
And they won't have nighttime either yet. It's like 20 more seconds.
Okay, so Secret doesn't want to fight this. Misery just wants to
They're
bail
still
out,
trying to
get back
run
in
in.
Viz. The
Oh,
BTs are coming
the
in though. That's
TP
coming on the back of one of the
Invis.
spiders. The start of Fistarian chain not going to connect. The Hex will be there and March gets ward trapped. He's got no way to get out of this. The Shackles from Puppy making sure there's no extra roar as well. They'll take out 2. You burn the wards for an Earthshaker and a Beastmaster. But you at least kept the Aegis up on the Huskar, who now is finishing up. Like, he's got Sunge. Yeah.
It's going to be a Halberd for sure. The miss chance is like really, really strong on Huskar. Sometimes we see Solar Crest Huskars, but I think with the nerf to Solar Crest, the Halberd is just stronger because we get strength from it.
The issue he's going to have, though, if he has the Halberd, he won't actually have a room for a TP scroll until this Aegis is burned.
Yeah.
So if he does drag that Sunge out to him now, he'll have to be careful about the split movement of Secret.
I think he can't help it anyway.
He bought a TP scroll as well, so maybe he drops the wand, triggers the wand charges now. No. He's just going to leave the TP scroll on the courier. Rely on the Aegis, the Immortal.
Shadow Fiend almost has his SNY.
Is that really the play here? Instead of
It's
going
good.
something like a
It's-
BKB?
It's very good stats. BKB is okay, but you want like some sort of filler item before you get to your BKB anyway. And SNY just does that. It makes him a lot tankier and helps him farm faster.
It's the classic smoke to break the Invis. They've got 2
And
dust
they'll
charges
dust.
as well, but Misery, he runs the one way that they are not coming.
Yeah, probably Misery feels it, that they're like coming down that way, so. Because he doesn't see anyone else on the map either, and top lane is like pushed into.
He's coming
tier
down.
2.
The smoke breaks on him. So they realize that Misery is behind him. Actually, that might... No, that was just the timeout in the
Yeah,
smoke.
that was just a timeout.
Oh, okay. That doesn't tell
here it
MVP
is, they
anything.
know.
Heen, shallow grave it up. Get
Oh,
yourself
the
out of
Fissure
here.
misses here.
Damn,
And
these Firelings are going to kill him. There's no way out. Like, there is no way. Okay, with the Razors, there is a way out. There is hope.
now they need to just go and farm out the lane. Secret's already starting to push into their towers.
Yep.
Top is going to take a lot of damage here.
Envy's actually 100 gold away from that Battle Fury,
Yeah,
too.
that's really good timing for Ember to get Battle Fury with the items that he already has. He's in really good shape here.
All right, so Misery continues
Nice
to farm.
Stalker has eggs as well.
Already?
Yeah.
I suppose...
Lich will probably buy him a gem. Actually, he's going for Atos on the Lich. Interesting item purchase.
I wonder who that's really meant for.
It's it provides really good stats, and it's quite nice to catch as well. Like you can Atos some Earthshaker or Dazzle or whatever. It's not going anywhere. After that, then you can just walk up and just nuke him. So. But I wonder if he'll finish Atos or buy a gem first, because right now it's a really good time to have gem for the Night Stalker. He already has his level 2 ult as well. So
There's your Battle Fury.
okay, Atos
There's
first.
your Atos. Okay. Screw control abilities. What do you actually think about the Broodmother? Because he went for a Vlad's. A lot of Broods we've been seeing going for Orchid builds. Is it almost worthwhile going something in? Like I know I was flagging this one during a couple of the qualifier casts. Yeah, he's so dead, man. Like there's no way to survive that. The Kill Secure is trying to come in from Weeha, and he's going to get it too. But do you go something like a Necro book and try and finish this game over on Misery? Is Necro still powerful enough on a Broodmother?
It is really good, but I think he's in no rush. He just wants the armor items to help support his team and be able to fight as 5 at some point. Like the Vlad's does a lot for his spiders. They make them significantly stronger as well.
If you're going to go for the full armor,
I'm
just trying to think
really
about how they
cheap
end
items.
this
He
game.
can still get Necrobox now. It's like
Yep.
he has 4,000 gold, but I think he would rather get like Desolator or something. The physical damage is just really strong against the Huskar.
Febby realized that both of the stuns were used, but there's still more than enough damage from Secret to kill him off on the top. And Weeha's got so much money as well. Like if you really want to see an armor change up, you could even build into something like the AC on him. If you're trying to force this. You could also just go into everything. Oh, okay. Yeah, Misery. They find him with the weave, but this Brood is very, very quick. Even when the race
space being made by Misery here. It's like every time you go for this Broodmother, you're just losing so much on the map when you don't kill him. All your other lanes are getting pushed in, and it's difficult to get back into a good position.
He's finding couriers, he's finding heroes.
Yeah.
MVP's will run out of here, QO.
Just pressuring him back.
He's got a lot of one charges. Like one charges a mech, they shouldn't be able to find the kill on QO, but the Rod of Atos being used, damn, the range on that is quite large.
Yeah, it's very heavy slow, 60%. And if you look at the stats it gives you like 10 more int and 100 more health for what it costs. So it's very nice, cost efficient item.
Weeha bought the gem himself. Okay, he's not going to rely on his teammates to do it.
Yeah.
Puppy's getting so much money too. He's got a Blink Dagger. By sitting up on this top lane now, he'll actually hit level 11. And he's already started the point booster, so into the Aghanim Scepter upgrade for the wards. There's a lot of stuff coming the way of Team Secret. While Huskar, like, he's about to be able to pick up this talisman, so the Halberd has arrived for him.
Yeah, but the Aghanim's Shadow Shaman is a really good way to deal with like a strong Huskar. If he gets super farmed later, you know, has some AC, a lot of armor and stuff, even then, this Shadow Shaman with Aghanim does insane amount of physical damage. It's really hard to fight against the Shadow Shaman.
If Puppy actually controls his wards, can you even armlet toggle underneath the wards?
I think at that point in the game, it's just hard to armlet toggle anyway. Like, you will die even if you armlet toggle. That's how much damage the wards do.
Well, problems arising for MVP. And already Eternal Envy's building into the Monkey King bar to try and counter that evasion of the Huskar.
Yeah, he is super farmed, December Spirits.
With a Demon Edge and a double damage rune.
I'm not even sure how Secret find all this farm on the map because they have like an insane amount of team net worth, total net worth this game.
Well, they've just been taking everything from MVP.
Yeah.
Like they farm up their own jungle, they keep pushing down all the lanes, they farm up the Radiant jungle, and then they even take out the Ancient stacks. Like, I haven't seen MVP do an Ancient area for a very, very long time.
Ooh, looks like the Night Stalker is gonna get Octarine this game. That means his ult is only gonna be down for like 10 seconds in between. So even if it's daytime, they get 10 seconds of daytime. And that's it.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. QR, get out of here, man. He's making a break for the tree line. But if he sticks around against Greedy and goes for the creep wave first, he's going to lose his life. Into the trees, there's the Rod of Atos. Pylai, he's holding on to the ulti secure, can't TP out of here. And now that Ember Spirit's also arrived, he doesn't even need the ulti, it's just Frost Blast. His Spirit jumps over, the Requiem's being baited out. QR is still going to let it rip. But now 17-1 charges, he goes for another raise, can't kill Pylai, even with the Death ulti. The Broodmother will actually find the kill.
Yeah, Misery just, he's just sitting there laughing, chuckling a little. I got the kill. Oh,
he's up to 6.3k.
Yeah,
6.3k
he's just enjoying
gold.
his time, He just got
Just spend some money.
so much gold, just chilling.
You
doesn't care.
You don't gain interest on the gold you have inside of your account, man.
I mean, all he's been doing this game is like juking them, baiting like 5 heroes to bot lane and then just farming away, saving his gold.
It's a
Maybe
BKB.
Okay, he bought the BKB.
So boring, Misery.
I thought he was doing the, the 10k gold challenge, just not buy anything till you get 10k gold.
Wait, there's actually a challenge for that? Please don't tell me it's like one of those compendium challenges.
I remember I was playing with Misery one time, I just didn't buy anything. It was like, I'm doing the 10k gold challenge, so that was it.
It always frustrates us, Castle, because we just sit here going, what are they doing? Like, is it mass indecision?
Yeah,
March, you could be in trouble. There goes your Hex. It's a lot more support than Puppy. He just commits the wards. He doesn't care. He wants the kill, and he's going to find it over on March. One more attack. It's there. The fissure. March cancels the TP, but he just lost his gem of True Sight.
That is huge. Oh, they don't see it. They don't know that he had a gem.
No, they see it. They definitely see it. There's Observer wards as well as Mass Serpent wards. Now they go for the Shackle over on the Earthshaker. Weehar's right behind it. The Fissure will still be able to come out as the Echo Slam keeps the control coming, but the Lich ulti will end up killing off Evius. So bounce back over to the Huskar. Not where they want to be, but yeah, that's Misery with his BKB. Diving in almost to the fountain. This is a message being sent by Secret to MVP in this trashing of a 2-0. It's already 24-8. It's been a very rough run for the Koreans.
Yeah, seriously, this last pick, Broodmother, really, really screwed them up. You're thinking, Huskar, last pick from MVP, but nope. The man who has the last word is the one who's gonna get out alive.
Hate to say, silence not being played. Dagger, get yourself out of here. The Roar goes on the Ember Spirit. Eternal Envy caught out, looking to die in style. He goes for the Sleight of Fist damage, and the Spiralings are still in there. Getting the kill over on the Dazzle. The Ember Spirit got the Searing Chains, and now it's just a man mode. Misery versus Huskar. Unfortunately, more of a man is the Brood Mother, and that will be a 5-hero wipe on MVP. The bottom rank's taken out. The mid will probably follow directly after, but it won't have enough time. GG is the call. Team Secret will beat out MVP and secure themselves the last spot in the semifinals. Solid bet. I don't even know what MVP were meant to do.
It's really hard. Like, they just got, again, they got pressured in all their lanes. That's exactly what Secret's plan was, just win the early game.
Well, we'll see if the analysts agree with you. Was winning the early game the key to victory? Let's ask the panel.
Thank you so much, Toby and Teban, and I guess we could say we can agree with them. They are the experts after all, but
The answer is yes.
And we're done. No, it was an admirable effort. I certainly love seeing the Huskar come out. It's a spicy, awesome, manly pick. But Secret already had a plan in motion. It was being able to overtake the early game, and as Steven said, pressure, pressure, pressure. And if at about 15 minutes into the game, you're not seeing Huskar near the top of that net worth and starting to dominate, something is not going right.
Now, look, I don't think that this game was necessarily a stomp a priori. I think this game The problem with it was, if you looked at the lineups on both sides, it was probably going to snowball in one direction or another. I was watching the game down with Matt, and we were the consensus kind of was, look, if the Husker works, this game could be over in 15 minutes. If the Brood works, the game's probably going to be over in 30.
Yeah,
and it was the second.
It was literally the battle of the last picks. Now, the problem was that the Broodmother was the matchup against the Huskar in the laning phase, and that hero actually works out really well against Huskar. First of all, you've got a single target focused hero that isn't able to deal with broodlings. You provide a lot of physical damage as a Broodmother, which is quite good for obviously versus the Huskar, and they didn't really have the supports to deal with it. They had the Earthshaker and maybe the Beastmaster Wild Axes, but that was never really going to be enough to shut out a Brood.
And you know what? I think we can actually see an example of that. We have our Ben Q best play for this match, and I believe it was Misery and his Broodmother. Early on in the game, he got this funky little double kill here. Let's go ahead and see exactly where it went down. It does look like
this wasn't exactly, I mean, this isn't like a jaw-dropping play, but this was really the time that, that they started to take control of the game. You see that there are a bunch of stacks in the Radiant jungle. You know, MVP really planning on trying to abuse that Radiant side. Misery's getting plenty done in lane here. They're trying to be aggressive, and that middle lane, the Night Stalker Lich lane, really prevented MVP from applying the kind of early pressure they like to apply. Now, I think this is a little bit early. We might have had a little bit of a miscommunication here.
Where are my kills at? I'm supposed to see a double kill here.
I was about to say,
I'm seeing stacks.
I'm not sure what position we're in that Misery's going to be able to get a double kill out of this.
It's coming down here in not too long, because it happens right at, I think, at 7:07.
But one of the things that MVP were doing quite well in the beginning is that they were making sure to protect the SF. He was getting okay CS, like the first minute, they look kind of bad. But yeah, I mean, look at those broodlings.
Yeah, you get the broodlings stacked up, and then he's going to come around on the backside and get the dazzle as well. This is the time when the game just started to look completely out of control.
And that's Broodmother.
There's not really much you can do about that at that point in time. It's the 5th pick. Sometimes you get 5th pick Huskard, sometimes you get 5th pick Broodmother. They were both significantly strong pickups, but the Broodmother was obviously better because you won the laning phase with it, and that's all that really matters.
No, and I thought that the other part of that equation, right, the reason why the Brood worked so well was because that then also shifted the Night Stalker Lich mid lane duel. We were concerned early on with how, if they were to run that Night Stalker, or what hero they were going to pick, how that hero was going to do up against that QOSF. Because again, we've seen QO take over so many games for MVP. But I think in one fell stroke with that Brood pick, they just made it so hard for MVP to do anything with those lanes.
Yeah, if there was a normal offlaner that you would be able to zone down decently well with just the Dazzle, then you would see the split focus of the Earthshaker, helping out the middle lane and stacking. Radiant side SF would actually be able to offset the advantage that Lich gives you in lane, which is the immediate thought when I saw that.
And you saw the stacks, right? I mean, they had the stacks early. It was just that the fact that the Brood was so dominant in lane, they didn't have control of that space anymore.
Yeah, and in fact, there was a lot of openings with the aggression from the Night Stalker, and them forcing, as we saw in the beginning of the clip, right? The forced rotations over also leaves in a lot of openings for the Broodmother to not just get experience in CS, but also find situations where the Huskar's left alone.
No, I agree. I mean, it actually ended up being fortuitous that we saw that whole sequence, because it just it showed that those lanes were so strong for Secret that it was MVP that we're used to seeing them take the fight to the other team. And it was MVP in a lot of that earlier game that were the ones scrambling to take the pressure off their lanes.
All right, with that has concluded our whole group stage run. We're going to take a moment to look over the journey that has led us up to this point, gentlemen. We got to remember our very first matchup, of course, was that very enticing Evil Geniuses versus Monkey Business matchup, where it looked like Evil Geniuses were going to be hot off the streets right at the start where they got that game 1 victory, but then Monkey Business were like, that was our warm-up. Now we're going to take over. And they just blew right past them. They went on to Virtus Pro, 2-0'd them, and just instantly secured their spot in that championship playoff bracket. And they had all of today to rest, sign autographs, enjoy, and watch the competition unfold before them. Below that, LGD and Virtus Pro were able to blast past them. And then, of course, we saw the fate thereafter. LGD were the first team eliminated when they met up against Evil Geniuses down in the losers match. Evil Geniuses were able to move past them. Then we saw earlier today their matchup against Virtus Pro, a very, very close series, but it was Evil Geniuses there in the end, able to pull it off. So they are also moving into the championship playoff bracket along with Monkey Business. Now let's go ahead and flip over to Group B. Whoop. Wow, well, nice little flip right there. So at the start, it was Team Secret going against MVP Phoenix the first time, which they quickly 2-0'd them then. CDEC Gaming were able to out-inch Cloud9 2-1. And as they moved on forward, CDEC were able to get revenge from ESL1 New York. They beat out Secret, and they secured the first spot for Group B in the championship bracket. On the lower end, Cloud9, we saw earlier in our very first matchup for day 2, they simply just could not get in their Cloud9 groove, and MVP were able to pull it out. Now we just witnessed Team Secret able to still make it strong, and they are going to be claiming that final spot into the championship bracket. So let's see it, the championship bracket, and what is in store for us tomorrow. Boop, 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 against boop, 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 boop. It should be awesome. Tech is like, what the heck's happening?
They're like, oh god. Well,
Did they switch the
ready
graphics over to Reborn too?
Yeah, right.
So,
Cap, it's all on Cap from what earlier.
I just show up, things break, it was standard. That's just what I do.
They're going to go ahead and quickly resolve it, but what?
Should
So-
be.
No, we look. We don't need graphics, guys, because these series tomorrow are absolutely
Yeah,
sick.
what we do have is the schedule, so as we go
Okay.
ahead and take a look at the schedule, I'll go ahead and just verbalize the actual bracket that's going to be going on. It's going to be Monkey Business going against Team Secret,
Yeah.
and then we have on the other part of the bracket, it is going to be CDEC going against Evil Geniuses in that TI5 rematch. Both of those
man.
sound awesome.
Are you kidding me? I mean, with the form that CDEC showed in putting away Team Secret 2-0, and EG having delivered the two most dramatic series so far here at the event, we are going to get to see a TI5 finals rematch, and it's going to be electric.
And there is our schedule. And starting at 9:45, you'll get to see all of our handsome faces for our little pregame show. But we get right down to business. At 10 a.m., it's going to be Monkey Business going against Team Secret. And then the follow-up match is going to be CDEC going against Evil Geniuses. And that will lead us into the one and only grand final matchup. And that will be a best of 5. Of course, all the matches being a best of 3. Grand finals, though, a full best of 5. Winner's going to be walking away with over $100,000 and that sweet MLG title. Should be an awesome one. Gentlemen, between those two matches, which one are you most excited about?
For me, I mean, I already pointed out that I felt like Monkey Business and Team Secret would be the best two teams to see in the finals. So I'm actually really interested to see their semifinal matchup and how that's actually going to break down, because I feel like Team Secret is, out of the 4 teams that are in the playoffs, that Team Secret would be the most telling team to face up against Monkey Business and see where Monkey Business go from there. Are they actually going to be good enough to be able to take on Team Secret's aggressive style mixed with a lot of talent, and also like a strategical advantage that I feel Team Secret oftentimes brings to the table? Monkey Business really outdrafted their opponents in order to get here. So I feel like that if you are able to offset that drafting advantage, is Monkey Business still going to be the same kind of dominant team that we've seen?
You agree with that, Nahaz? Do you think that's the match to look for?
Absolutely not. No,
Oh.
I gave you my pitch before for EG and CDC, and I am already frothing at the mouth over this series. I think not only are you going to get to see two teams that play incredibly exciting Dota